Welcome back. Today is Sunday, April 19th, 2020. And this is the third edition of Gin Reviews from Middle Tennessee. Today I got a little bastard of a gin here coming all the way from Scotland. Now, we're not going to the Isle or the island of Scotland. We're going to the capital, Edinburgh. This is Pickering's. Pinkerings. Now, that's the family name, obviously, because, it doesn't get much more British than this name right here, right? I mean, look at this bottle. It's gorgeous. It holds nice in your hand, It's just like, all right, I like it. It's nice and compact. It's small and big at the same time. All right, so I have never had this gin before. I've seen it on the shelves in many a liquor store here, which is amazing to say the least. We have gone over Scottish gin in the first episode, The Botanist proudly presented, and over here I have a little sample or collection or whatever you want to call it of my EU London dry gins. All come from London, Scotland, and Ireland. This little guy right here, actually, this guy's a tall guy. One of my favorites. It's Martin Miller's. Came out a few years back, which is amazing. England and Iceland put together. We'll go over that in another review, though. So for tonight, we're gonna go over Pickering's. Now, this gin right here. Here's the reason why I got this gin, okay? All day today, I have been thinking of my lovely mother, who's in Florida, and I miss her very much, and I love you, Ma. You know that. Anyway, she was born, and I hate spoiling your age, Ma, but here we go, 1947. So right here, I was passing through, and I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I did hear about this. This is a recipe that they found in a drawer from 1947. The family originally distilled gin in Scotland's capital in Edinburgh. And the younger generation, great-grandson of the original Pickerings, is it with the S on the end? No, that's just pluralizing what it is. And what it is delicious, I hear. So, on the bottle itself, I love little art designs. I love this little peacock right here. I don't know. I also, and I've said this in past reviews, I love it when they put a batch number, or they put the number, the bottle. I did a lot of research on the distillery. I watched a lot of videos for what they do. It's a very small distillery. They have 2 copper kettles, and it's really cool. All right, so the generation that's producing gin again back in Edinburgh, because there wasn't gin for 150 years, which this little thing here says, and they brought it back, so they're very proud of this. The grandson, his name's Matt. I think I just said that. He created this bain marie style to cool the gin down at a certain temperature to add the botanicals. I was watching a video about this, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. It's like, it's like a culinary. I mean, it is culinary in a way. That's why I think gin is so just perfectly balanced. You have to have a palate to enjoy it, and you don't. You can, like I said in a past video again, you could drink Gordon's in the plastic bottle and love it. I don't. I have it because gin collection. So, anyway, on the bottle itself, which is right here, I'm going to read what their little story is on the back. That's the first part. Here we go. Pickering's gin is handcrafted at Summerhill Distillery, the first exclusive gin distillery to be established in Edinburgh in 150 years. On the site of the Old Royal Dick School. That's what it's called. I'm just saying what it's called. Of veterinary studies. The dick just, yeah, we're gonna pass that. This 1947 edition is made precisely to our original Bombay recipe, as it was written down in the final days of colonial in India, in true Pickering style. It is smooth, refreshing, and decidedly spicy with a kick of love. No, it doesn't say love. I just put that in there. It just sounded better. All right, so like I said, I did a lot of research on this gin, and I'm going to share. You don't have to watch this review, Stay there, watch it. You're going to love it. All right, so it was a family-kept secret for 66 years. It was written down on a piece of parchment. It only resurfaced when they began distilling at Summerhall in Edinburgh. The original recipe gave the gin, it was full of fragrant spices and fresh citrus notes. Just the way they liked it back in the day of the Raj. Look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. But by 2013, people were expecting a softer, smoother style of gin. So Matt engineered the Bain Marie. I know, it's so cool. It's so cool. I just love how this kid, came up with this. All right, anyway. He created the Bain Marie system for their 500-liter copper stills. This is the secret to their gin's balance. Once they have carefully prepared and measured out the botanicals, they add them to the grain spirit in the stills. Here they enjoy a slow, luxurious simmer, which coaxes out their subtle, soft, highly drinkable flavors. So there's 3 styles that they produce, okay? They have the original, which has 42% alcohol, 84 proof. Their dry gin. Now, this is the original 1947 gin, like we were just talking about, with the story and the whole note that they found in a desk drawer. So this would be in the middle category. And then they have a Navy Strength. Now, I didn't get the Navy Strength right now. I wanted to try this one first. We got to try this to make sure that the gin is on point first, right? I mean, it only comes natural. Then, if it is, we'll upgrade to the Navy style so we can get a little more smashy at the end of the night. Smashy is great and it's fun, back in my 20s, 30s. Coming up on my 40s, smashy was definitely the way to go in the younger Joe days, but now, it's all about the flavor, the botanicals, the unwind of the day, and the taste. I don't know. It's there. I'm excited. That's all I'm going to say. All right, well, to that. So anyway, the Navy Strength is at a 57.1%, which is 0.1 over what it should be, which I don't know why. I just love that fact. So the ALC, right? It's a measure of how much alcohol, ethanol, right, is contained in a given volume. It is defined as the number of milliliters of pure ethanol in 100 milliliters. So this, like I said before, this is a very small batch gin distillery. So saying that, I watched the video of the distillery itself. They do everything right there where the stills are. Right there. They bottle it right after. They label it. They ship it. They sell it. They drink it. They love it. Remember? We'll bring back love. All right, so there's 9 botanicals in this gin. Okay, we're going to go over each one. Now, of course, you should know this by now. Juniper, which gin is derived from, the name, is the most dominant flavor. Has to be a London Dry. So, and it is on the bottle right over here. You probably got to zoom in, but, do what you got to do. Second botanical is coriander. I'm sure you know what coriander is. If not, we will go over that. Not right now, because I want to go to the third, and it's cardamom. Okay. Cardamon's flavor has a complex, citrusy, minty, spicy, herbal, earthy. Earthy is going to be the tone of this review, okay? Everything that I found out in this presentation, earthy was the word that came out. Umami. Let's use that term. I'm hoping when I crack this little bastard open, it lives up to that name, because I love down earthy flavors that hit the tongue on the tip, middle, and back. Okay, so we're going over the cardamom, right? So it's a nice compliment. Cardamon's always a nice compliment to like cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, all the Thanksgiving spices you smell in the air, cloves, ginger. So you'll often see it used in conjunction with those spices. So that's where we're at on the third. Now the fourth is Angelica. Angelica, I'm sure not one person that's watching this, well, maybe a few, because if you're really a gin fan, you should know what this is. It's an herb. It also has an earthy flavor. Go figure. It's a little bitter, and it's definitely herbal. I've tried it from the ground, and it, like I said just about 2 minutes ago, it's amazing. It's the earthy that you want from an herb that goes into a gin like this. Let's hope, right? We're all hoping here, because we're gonna pop this bastard open, and we'll see what, if all this research was to that to what they led it up to be, or what I'm leading it up to be, right? What a letdown if it's not. Let's hope, but I am always honest with my reviews. So Angelica is reminiscent of wormwood. Now, anyone that knows what absinthe is, that's wormwood. That was the original licorice-like flavor that also produces a euphoric, trippy kind of high if you ingest too much. So, moderation is key here, all right? Unless, you really want to have a good time. The herbal tones of Angelica carry through to the nose with a faintly nettle-like smell. The flavor of Angelica can sometimes be mistaken for that of juniper berry. So if your palate isn't as refined, you might think, oh, there's just too much pine in this gin. But it takes time, and it takes a lot of different gins and a lot of different botanicals, and knowing what you want, what you like, what you need, right? Like everything else in life. Excuse me. So the next one after that is fennel. Now, I'm sure most of you know what fennel is, so we're going to go right down to the next one in the line of these botanicals is anise. Now, when I say anise, what do you think of right away? Star anise, right? You probably heard that, or you see it, or you have it in your pantry or something from a long time ago. But it's a very different spice, a different plant altogether. So anise is related to star anise, which is another spice altogether. But they come from a different family of plants. Either can be used to make anise extracts, and that's what they do because pricing, it's just cheaper to get the star anise and call it anise, and then vice versa when it's not in season, when it's not blooming. Anthol, it has a compound in it. Both of them do. Anthol. It produces a characteristic anise flavor, which is usually the source from the extract and the seeds used in European and Middle Eastern cuisine. So if you love Middle Eastern cuisine, that taste in the back of that earthy anise-like taste, it's almost close to the smell of like a star anise extract, if you've ever smelled that before. Next time you do, though, you'll be like, yeah, there it is. That's what that crazy man was talking about. All right, so the star anise is native to China, as star anise is cheaper to produce. Today, much of the essential oil of anise is from star anise rather than anise. Okay, I said anise probably too many times, so let's move on. Okay, so the next two botanicals are are standard. Well, not all the time standard, but standard, and mostly in the gins that I really love is lemon and lime. I love citrus in my gin. I mean, there is a gin, like here, Boodles, which is such a fun name to say. Boodles is from 1845 and contains absolutely no citrus. We're definitely going to review this because this guy right here is so interesting compared to all the other gins where sometimes the main star, like this Rangpur, is citrus. Rangpur is a lime. I mean, that's right there in the name. But for this one here to not have any citrus in it, it kind of grabs you. Grabbed me anyway. I don't know. So, back to this bastard. Again, bastard. I love that word. Cloves are the last ingredient in this gin. Now, cloves, I mean, you know, and with ham and orgeat. What a horrible way to think of cloves. But that's what cloves is. I mean, it will. If you have a tooth issue and you don't have orgeat and you do have a bag of cloves up in the pantry from 1986, you can put one off in the gum area of your mouth and it will numb it up really good. Trust me, I know this from experience. Okay. You know what we're going to do now? Because I do have a lot more notes to go over. I'm getting really thirsty right now. So I think what the best time for this is going to be right now. We're going to open this up and we're going to just see what we're at. Let's see if all those hours of information that I just went through. Oh, I love this. They put a wax seal. I love wax seals. It's like a maker's. But, you know, we're not going there. We're going to do gin. All right, so let's see. Remember, you know, I'm a trained professional with a knife. If I cut myself right now, it's going to look really bad. Cut myself 3 times today. I also stabbed myself with a skewer. You don't know pain until you stab yourself with a skewer, look down and see a dot of red and go, what the hell? I mean, that hurt more than a dot of red. Wow, they really put a lot into this wax seal, huh? All right, so we're getting there. Oh, I see a cork. Oh, my God. I love you already. Just about the cork. All right, we're just going to rip it open. You ready? Let's hear if we can get the squeak ready. I know, I'm making a big deal out of this, but there's something about a cork. I've said it before. All right, let's do the sniffer. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Yes, 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 and yes. And earthy is definitely there right up front. I'm getting juniper right in the beginning. I love that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You have to get a bottle of this if you like gin. This is like, I'm in the woods right now and someone's baking Thanksgiving dinner in a cabin and then not eating children and that horrible children's rhyme. What was it? You guys know. You're probably thinking of it. You're saying it right now. I forget. But, oh, shit. All right. Sorry. Don't mean to curse. I do. But, I mean, this is amazing. All right. So, we're going to go neat. The first one is neat. All right. So, hey, Ma, this one's for you. I love you. I miss you. I hope you and Dad are rocking down there and you guys are staying safe and covering and washing and all the other stuff you're supposed to be doing right now. All right, cheers. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm in love. We're going to say it right here now. The anise, which I said 20 million times before, is right next to the juniper. It's like toe and toe, head to head. It's right there. The ethanol burn going down is beautiful. It's not too punch you in the chest feeling. I'm still getting it. It's still going all the way down. It's going all the way down right now. I'm right there to the stomach. Oh my God. Okay, all right. Okay. oh my gosh, there's so much stuff that's going on right now. It's unbelievable. It's like they said. It's subtle. It's a punch. It's lasting. It's that licorice that's there. It's just staying in the background. The tip the tip of it was not as impressive as the back of the tongue and the throat. It's still there. It's lingering. It's giving me that warm feeling of, like I said, being in the woods around November when autumn comes and the leaves are starting to turn and oh my god. Oh wow, that's so beautiful. I can see why they recreated this. That guy Matt I was talking about, he created that bain marie system because he figured out that gin needs to have a temperature regulation when the alcohol is being created at the last step in the distilling process. So he put a jacket, a bain marie, for you that out there that don't know what a bain marie is, it's a jacket that holds the pot around, and inside of that they pump water to cool or to heat the gin a couple degrees if need be. I still have that trail. I can tell you where the gin has went to. Let's just say that. It's a good warm stomach feeling, if that makes sense. All right, so okay, we're gonna go. Whew, oh, it's so good. I'm so happy with this purchase. I'm so happy. Okay, speaking of purchase, this is probably why I haven't picked this guy up in all this time, okay? It's pricey. All right, it's not $80, but I think I paid about 38 for a 750 milliliter. Now, the Navy strength was I think at 50 something, and I was like, oh no, I'm not paying that much for a gin. It can't be that good. But then you got to think about where it comes from, the botanicals they sourced, the small batches they produce, the in-house flexibility, a very small staff that makes this gin. I believe there was 5 I heard in the staff. So the overhead is not as bad, I guess, for them, but for the size of what they're doing, because they ship this to every country that wants gin or has gin. They ship anywhere. I mean, it's amazing. One after this, maybe go take a tour for yourself. All right, so here we're gonna do. I'm going up to the top on this one. I don't really care. After the night I had last night, I think I need a few of these. So there we go. We're going right there into the old skipper do here. Skipper don't. All right, so here's another thing I wanted to talk about too. Now, since this whole Corona thing has come out, and that ridiculous thing that Trump said, we're not getting into politics, but he did talk about the what was it, the medicine that might work, and everyone's thinking it's quinine because quinine is in tonic. So everywhere I go now, I can't find Fever Tree, which is my absolute favorite tonic. And if you've never had it before, buy a 4-pack. It's a little pricey for a 4-pack, but even if you don't like gin, just try the tonic itself. It is outrageous what they do to this tonic. So all this time I've been doing these reviews, I always have Fever Tree on hand, but since this pandemic has happened with this virus, everyone that does not do research thinks, oh, well, that's quinine. Quinine's in tonic. If I drink quinine, I won't get the virus, but it's not true. If you do the research on it, the pill that, I can't remember the name of the medication, but that medication does not contain any quinine. Now, it is used to treat malaria, which chinchoa, with the bark of chinchoa tree, which is the fever tree, that's why it's called fever tree, see it right there, is how you get quinine. Now, it's either quinine or I've heard in England, quinin. So I've heard it pronounced both ways, so you could say what you want. The other cool thing about quinine, I've always called it that, is if you put a black light to it, it glows. It's just like shrimp do. in the cooler at the Ritz-Carlton. A few of you will remember that. So we used to go, when I worked in the Ritz-Carlton, there was this cooler we had upstairs, and we used to get these shrimp, these fresh shrimp, and they were like the size of prawns. They were so big. And we would go in there, like, 3 or 4 at a time, and just shut the light off, and you could see in there still because the shrimp were glowing. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but I remember they were delicious. So, okay, so I'm going to do just tonic first, and we're going to see how that pairs. Oh my god. Okay, first off, I really miss Fever Tree. Okay, that's first. Second, okay, the bitter of the quinine and the anise. The anise here, I'm going to say, is the star of the show. There's definitely juniper in it. I'm not putting down the juniper that they put in this, but the anise is overwhelmingly delicious. And this tonic with this gin is outrageous. Now, it could use a little citrus, so the standard one that I'm going to go for is the lime wedge. That's number one we're going to do. All right. I always like to put the whole thing in. The oils in the skin always seem to bring it to the next level. But if you're creeped out by that for some reason, just wash your lime. That's what I do. I wash all the fruit that comes in the house real good. I scrub them down, actually. You don't know what the hell's on there. They put that wax and stuff on it, and who the hell knows who picked it, All right, so let's see how this is going. Wow. It's the lime shines up front, but the anise and the bitter from the quinine is still there, and it's kicking me in the back, and it's great. It needs one more thing though, maybe two. First, we're gonna do a little piece of orange peel that you just could peel off an orange. I cut it with a knife, chef and everything. So here, let's do it like this. I like to roll mine. I like to roll it up as tight as I can go, like that. Excuse me. Wow, it's amazing. I mean, really, it's such a good gin. So then I just squeeze back and forth like this, and then drop it in. And of course, with the giant spoon thing, stir. God, gotta be so technical about things. We're giving this a stir, and we're gonna see where we're at. Wow, without even tasting it. Okay, the oil that's in this orange. By the way, this is not an ordinary orange. This is a car orange. It's a type of navel. You could see it's not a blood orange, even though it does look a lot darker than a navel usually does. There's 2 navel oranges in California that just so happened to crossbreed, and the car was born from that, and this was like in 1972. So many of you might actually know the car. You might actually know it and love it. Some of you might not even know what an orange is. So we'll go on the scale of I'll show you. That's what we're doing. All right, let's try this. I don't mean to slurp, but I have to. It aerates. Okay, so that just brought up the next. Okay, so what's happening here is the citrus from the lime and the orange itself is bringing out the lime and the lemon that's inside of the gin, that's encapsulated in this gin, and it's amplifying it. Now, it's shining past the anise, so right away I'm getting the citrus notes, which is fine. I love citrus. Don't get me wrong. There's one more thing, though, I'm going to add to this. Now, I'm going a little overboard on this drink here. I just have to see if it's a combination or if it's one or if it's two. This is how I figure it out. So here's a little piece of that car, and I'm just going to put the juice in. Just like that. Let's see now, because I think actually this is going to bump it up even more so in the citrus realm. I mean, it should. Which is good for me. I mean, I love citrus. I love citrus in my gin. Oh, and just saying hi. All this time she's been sitting here. Hi, honey. She just heard me. She couldn't sleep, I'll tell you that. All right, here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, okay, so let's summarize this. This gin right here is something else. It is something else. It has everything a London Dry claims that it has right away, but it also has some things that you wouldn't expect, like the cloves. There is a deadening tongue effect with the cloves, also with the anise, which is like the wormwood. No, I'm not tripping. I'm good. I'm good. So the anise with the clove mixed with the citrus, and then a fine spirit on top of that. It's at 42%. I mean, we are just a little bit over where a London Dry needs to be legally a London Dry, which is amazing, which I love because, again, it won't get you. It will. Don't take my word for this if you're not new to drinking or you are new to drinking. Like, it will smash you. It will. If you drink, if you're drinking like right here, this amount of gin, yeah, you're gonna feel it. And the good thing though, if there is a good thing to that, is there is little to no hangover. To old pros here. Now, I don't know about you newbies out there that you're just like adventuring out and trying to find their thing. I remember when I first started going out and drinking, I had so many different crazy combinations of like, I want that, I want this, I want to try this, and I remember one of the greatest bartenders I ever worked with, Patty, you know who you are. I asked her that. I must have been about 24, 25, and I said, "Hey, why is it that when everyone comes in here, they just get beer?" Like, and that's, that was how naive I was. And she said, "Well, when you get to a certain age, you just stick to what you know." And I totally get what you mean now, Patty. I love you, by the way. You're the best. You know this. Okay, anyway, so the summary. If you can find this gin in a liquor store near you, it's worth the money that you're gonna pay. All right, just to try the. I mean, if you don't have a very refined palate, this gin will give you that step up in your palate. I'm telling you right now, you will definitely notice the anise, the juniper. You will notice that, and then you'll notice the citrus if you add the bitter quinine to it. It'll pop. And, of course, if you add a couple pieces of citrus to it and maybe a little juice too. But again, to people that don't have a strong palate, because I even heard it today, not everyone has a strong palate. It's okay. I mean, you could still appreciate gin. You could appreciate vodka. I don't know why you would, but any of the liquors out there, tequila, smash you on your ass. Rum, which always gives me a wicked hangover, and if it's brown rum, don't even come near me. I'm not a mean drunk, but with brown rum, oh gosh, some things I don't remember, some things I do. It's probably best if I never have a Caribbean rum again, especially a Jamaican Caribbean rum. Just thinking about that, I'm coming right back to you, old Ginny. I love you. I love that you're clear, and I love that you are distilled in this manner in a bottle that is beautiful. And I am definitely going to get the Navy Strength. We'll do a review of the Navy Strength and see how much stronger it really is than this guy right here. There was something I wanted to show you guys, and I think I put it out of my reach, so you're gonna have to mind me getting up here. But I also, a couple days ago, ventured out. Now, the second review I did was Castle and Key, and I have a restorative bottle that we were sampling. But I also found this guy right here. It's from autumn or the fall of 2019, and the botanicals. Now, if you remember this guy right here, this was the Kentucky gin where I went to. Remember the punt. The Kentucky gin where I went on the whiskey tour of Kentucky was one of the places we went to. I really enjoyed the other one that we tried already. So I got this guy here. So we got to have a part 2 and do this one up proper, I just want to throw that out there. That'll be coming up soon. And I'm also going to be doing my aperitifs, which, with this bartender I know who is phenomenal with her palate, hopefully she'll join us and, share her wisdom and knowledge. And I won't mention names yet because we'll see what happens. If it happens, that would be amazing. If not, well, then you got me doing an aperitif, and I think you'll like that just the same, but we'll see. I think what we'll be doing is this Beefier 24 right here now. This is a London Dry, made in London. I love a London Dry made in London, and I also hate a London Dry made in London. This guy right here, Bulldog, you might see this in your liquor store near you guys because it's becoming popular. When I first got back into gin after my horribleness of last year, I went out and got this because I just thought the bottle was cool, and I was like, Bulldog, yeah, like the Beatles, hey Bulldog, yeah, London, all right, England, cool. And I loved it, and it was awesome. So I bought another bottle about 2-3 weeks ago, and I realized it's just horrible. It's garbage. Anyway, that's another whole show. Okay, so there's the snap for Holly and Lindsay right there for you guys. All right. Anyway, I'm starting to feel a little bit. You can see the redness coming out, the rosy red hue. From us at Gin Reviews from Middle Tennessee, to you guys out there watching all the way up till 37 minutes of me rambling and saying the word a lot. Hunter, I told you I'd get it. But I didn't this one. We'll get it next time, I promise you. Thank you. And if you made it to this far at the end, you deserve one of these right here. So go out, buy yourself a bottle, throw the money down. I know right now it's not, that feasible with everything going on, but it's worth it. Salute. Cheers. Aspetta. All right. Have a good night. I'll see y'all for the next one.